So, discovered some sort of wrong warping, if you will, using Yuffie and when you battle her and beat her to warp between different various parts of the games and boss battles. I can go in detail how it works, but I think it'd be easier to explain or show you how it works rather than explaining, because I could probably go on for a lot of time explaining how it works. So the first thing we need to do is have a file that we know we can get to fight Yuffie on the first battle, which I have a save file ready. Well, sort of. Okay, so here we go. We know we will fight Yuffie here 100% of the time. So let's get a file ready. Now we are going to quit the game. We are going to just quit the game. We're going to wait for it to reload. Again, this is the PC version 2012 release. Wait for our files to quote-unquote download and sync. So now here's the interesting part. Let's pick what part of the game we are going to warp to. It could be any boss, any battle outside of the world map. It can work on random encounters inside of dungeons. For the various points of testing, I will warp to a random boss. And again, real quick, this file is right before Diamond Weapon, so the end of Disc 2, essentially. Let's warp to Disc 1, shall we? Let's, Temple of the Ancients, Demon's Gate. So as you can see here, this is an authentic file at Demon's Gate about 5 hours in. This is a really out-of-date file for my speedrunning. See, nothing out of the ordinary, no cheating, no nothing, just a file loaded right before Demon's Gate for testing. So how this works is we're going to fight Demon's Gate. We are going to die, get a game over, and then we're going to load our save and fight Yuffie. And that's when the interesting things appear. So again, any encounter, any boss outside of world map is what I've found that this works on. Well, I think I just accidentally aqualunged Mr. Demon's Gate, but the principal is still there. Let's hope he doesn't kill Cloud. Well, I mean, he can if he wants to, he can, but he gets the principal. Okay, perfect. Big fail fish. So we just died. Oh no, we have died. What a shame. Game over. That was the worst Demon's Gate fight I've ever seen. So now we're going to load it up. Now, I don't know the details on how it exactly works, but... So now we just died on Demon's Gate. We are loading the file I just loaded and saved from when I first started this. Same file. So now we're going to fight Yuffie, and it has to be on the first encounter. So we go to Rocket Town, where a really good percent chance of fighting her is. We got the Yuffie fight on Fight 1. Now here's where it gets interesting. We are now going to warp to Demon's Gate. And it is playing the music of after you beat Demon's Gate. Now you may be wondering, how does this work? Can't really explain it too well, but you may be wondering what's going to happen if I do win this fight. I'll show you. If only we could be this strong when we fight Demon's Gate, huh? Oh, hey, Kate Sith. Hey, Aerith. How did you get here? And what happened to Sid? Very interesting, huh? So there's a connection between having, like, the idea of your fight when you get that game over and going into the Yuffie fights. Or I guess I should say the Yuffie cutscene. I ran into it a few months ago, but I didn't really think much of it until it was brought to my attention again today. We tested through, like, warping to various bosses, like the beginning of the game, Midgar, warping to Safer Sephiroth. Yes, it works. Any fight outside the world map, it will throw you to. We did Guard Scorpion. We warped to Guard Scorpion, beat him, We soft locked the game when we didn't have Barrett in our party. But as soon as we put Barrett in our party, the game worked. And we went up as if we just killed Guard Scorpion with a very powerful team. We took the elevator up, and it secretly took the elevator down again and warped us to the second reactor of the game. And then we went up the elevator, and where the computer room is, that we had to press the computer at the same time, it was done. As if I've already triggered that through the story, which I did. So I went out and I was able to fight Airbuster. After the fight with Airbuster, it gave me a different F&V than it should. I got warped to the part where Aerith is running from the guards inside the church, and you have to push the barrels down. So I skipped naming her, like it's Final Fantasy VIII or something. I did up to the wall area, and I was not able to progress through the game because the Dawn's Mansion would not display any triggers. It's pretty interesting. So you're wondering what will happen if I play this out. Basically what happens is once you gain control of Cloud, see, now we have Sid all of a sudden. What happened to Tifa? Pretty interesting. The Tiny Bronco will not load at all, so you'll be stranded on that island. But on the world map, the submarine is there, and the airship is there. So it doesn't necessarily warp you to that particular point in the story. It just reloads everything that's been done, from my understanding. For example, we'll quit this here, because this is a very long scene. But TLDR on that one is the Tiny Bronco does not appear, so you're stranded once you gain control of Cloud. Let's do Materia Keeper for an example. Let's see. I would do like Safer Sephiroth, but it takes a while to get into there, and I'm just doing this as a Twitch highlight. Nibelheim. So we all know what part of the game this is, coming to Mount Nibelheim for the first time with your characters, blah blah blah. Same principles. Fight enemy or boss and get killed. Oh no! He just did Shrine as the opening move. What a shame, I didn't see it coming. So, we're going to do what we just did before. We're going to load the same file that I created at the start of this video. We're going to fight Yuffie. Hopefully it's the first battle. There's been a few times where it hasn't been Yuffie. Alright. Sweet, it's Yuffie again. And it's playing the music as the area that I'm supposed to be in, but not the proper boss music. So you could use this to farm items from bosses for a perfect game file. It doesn't seem useful for a speedrunning because you need two separate files from your actual current one. So I don't see it being viable for a speedrun. But here's the interesting part. If this were to warp me back to this particular section of the game, I would now go to Rocket Town, right? If you're paying attention to the sound or the audio, got another counter materia. How interesting. This is right before Diamond Weapon. So I should not be at Diamond Weapon, should I? And look, there's my airship. How weird. So that right there, it doesn't show that necessarily warps you to that part of the game. It allows you to fight bosses over again. For example, I'll show with Diamond Weapon here. And yeah, pretty much it. The basics of the glitch. If you went into a town like Rocket Town or something, and you did the Yuffie glitch, it would play the music from that town, which is pretty cool. So, get Diamond Weapon here to kill us. Which might be pretty hard. Probably would have been a lot easier if I made my characters completely naked. Oh no, Diamond Weapon beat me. What a shame. So again, we're going to load the same file, which we created at the start of the video. Fight Yuffie. Now the reason I choose this area is because Yuffie pretty much almost always going to get her. There's a few cases where I did not get her as the first battle and had to reload. But yeah, any boss you want, or any monster in the world, you can warp to. Pretty interesting. FMVs get messed up as well. This time the victory music didn't play. It's pretty interesting. Kind of don't know why it played this music, but hey, there you go. That sums up doing the glitch. You can warp to whatever you want inside of a dungeon, a particular area. We tested warping to the first encounter in the game, and it failed horribly. It just soft-locked the game. But the second encounter in the game, we were able to warp there. We were basically anywhere outside the world map. So that's what I call it the Yuffie warping, wrong warping, whatever you prefer to call it. Pretty fascinating. I tested this on VII, an emulator for the PlayStation version. It did not work, so I don't know if this works on the actual disc for the PlayStation version. Excuse me. But I do know it works on the new 2012 release edition of this game. And that's it. Neil Hart here, signing out. Thanks so much for watching.